final instalment look like? The Pizza Hut Winton SuperSprint, and another classic start by Waters. It's a carbon copy performance, and he blazes into turn 1, P1. Van Gisbergen's got his hands full with Heimgartner, and Andre's got up the inside. He's grabbed second spot, and this is going to be interesting on the run to turn 3, and he holds him. So Heimgartner hangs on from Van Gisbergen. A great start by the Kiwi in the R&J Batteries entry.
Van Gisbergen was lucky not to give another spot away to David Reynolds, because Reynolds was going to get down the inside of turn 3 too. So Holdsworth down the inside of Feeney, but what a great start by David Reynolds. He got the best start of the lead cars, and also Heimgartner positioned perfectly to get in front of Van Gisbergen. Cam Waters, another ripper start. How's his starts this weekend?
They have been absolute magnificent starts. I'd love to see the 0 to 100 numbers for his starts. They've been very, very good. He's got that 0.6, 0.7 margin again, and have a look at the stuff going on at the back of the pack. They're spending money on front rear bumpers.
Concertina, have a look at the Jack Smith bonnet. Jack Smith bonnet, have a look at it. They just smashed into each other.
He'll be battling to see an Apex out there at the moment. And he's got the truck assist car blazing down the inside. Tim Slade's got a bit of smoke there as well. Oh, and what's the trouble here? Oh, it's Jack actually getting out of the way, I presume.
It is. He arrived down there and the leaders were arriving, which was very awkward. So Jack's just decided.
Or is there more to the story? Or is he just actually... No, he's...
I think he just parked, basically. Which was, from an etiquette standpoint, the right thing to do. He just needed to get out of the way, and he ended up doing some rallycross to do that.
Ajada feeds back out onto the racetrack in front of his teammate Nick Percat, and Nick's got the benefit of the warm tyre and should be able to place it up the inside at turn 3. And the race leader's heading into turn 10. Vigorous little battle going on here between Mostert and Randall. That time that Heimgartner did in Sector 1 mark is pretty quick relative to everybody else, but he didn't have that same level of pace in the mid-sector. In fact, it's Brock Feeney that's quicker in Sector 2 on the racetrack at the moment.
Control to all teams. 15-second time penalty to car 99, exceeding pit lane speed.
Oh, no. That's not going to be good news for Brodie Kostecki. 15-second time penalty. Pit lane speeding is the crime. And the penalty for that is they'll add 15 seconds to his race result.
That was, when I reported it before, it was about 1.1 seconds. So now Van Gisbergen aggressively attacking the back of Heimgartner. That looked like a pretty nice stop.
It did. And Shane has up the inside. Got him. And in fact, Andre just made it easy, perhaps sensing that he didn't have a response pace-wise critically important, which is to not lose any more time in the process of fighting a losing battle.
That's right.
And if you know that you're weak in some areas and that whoever behind you is hustling to the extent that all they're going to do if they get impatient is send you, you don't want that happening. Back to Nick Percat here. He's sitting in 22nd position at the moment.
He's able to sneak by no problem. Oh, teammates, nice. That'll be a good discussion later on with James Courtney and Jake Kostecki.
Third races of the weekend are not playing well for Jake Kostecki because he got turned by his cousin at turn 7 at Western Australia last time out. So that's an awkward one for conversation later on. This is interesting because for Brock, he's physically racing Brodie, but Brodie's got a 15-second penalty.
Control to all teams. 15-second penalty to car 5 for a driving infringement.
So 15-second penalty there for James Courtney for tagging his teammate.
When he goes back out, he'll have warm tyres. If Van Gisbergen comes in now, which he probably will, if Van Gisbergen comes in now, it'll be the reverse effect.
Nice stop. So because they blink first, it tends to then set the trend for the other player. Now sometimes though, we don't always see the opponent follow suit. It depends a bit on lap speed and where they are projecting he'll come out later and how the tyres are trending.
On the board, please.
Oh, that took a long time. That did.
Behind.
That took a long time.
He lost a lot. That's a make or break stop, that one. Oh, he's going to get him down here. He's got a nice run. That drive traction, 3 tyres has worked there.
It has, and I didn't want to take my eyes off that too much as Reynolds stops. But what I'm really interested in is the margin between Waters and Van Gisbergen is 5.5 seconds. The numbers are jumping around on me at the moment, so they've gone for more grip, but that's a hefty margin to deal with.
Makes that stick. Oh, the car's off the road by a long way. That's Slade. There's damage to Courtney's car. Now everyone's trying to get out of the way there. Now they will have hit between turn 1 and turn 2. It may...
Feel it out, let me know.
Just thinking about what the circumstance... There you go. Between 1 and 2. Now it looks like Tim's about to turn in. They've made wheel-to-wheel contact. And then both cars off the road. And they're going quite fast, so at that point, he's had to lock the wheels. And he's going to go into the fence here.
That's awkward.
That is. 3.3. Now the gap. So Cam will need to get his head down and respond as much as he possibly can to the speed that Van Gisbergen is showing.
If he continues at that rate, which, as I said before, you were talking about half a second, if he continues to peel out the margin by making something like 6-7 tenths of a second a lap, he's actually going to get to him on the math. There's the leader going out of the right-hand side of the windscreen. He's getting closer and closer to the back of him. They've drifted away now from Heimgartner. He's 7.7 seconds behind Shane. These are fun races in the driver's seat. Head down, there's not another thought in your mind, you're fully focused, there is nothing going on. Heart rate low, missile lock with the way in which you're mentally attacking it. And the very best race drivers turn a rapid art into something very slow and deliberate. It's now 3/4 of a second and we've got a little over a lap to go. Van Gisbergen's getting closer and closer. And that looks like a shark attack in the background as that thing gets closer and closer to you. It's getting bigger in the mirror for Waters, but he cannot afford to blink under pressure. 0.5 of a second, 1 lap remaining. The meters are disappearing here. Turn 1, turn 2, and just like our camera, it's full focus on the leaders.
Waters made a mistake at turn 7 on the previous lap. He missed the apex by a full car width.
He's right on him.
Yep.
He's going to do exactly what he did yesterday. He'll have a sniff at him when they get up to turn 6 and 7. So Van Gisbergen is going to make a full fist fight out of this one. He's right on the back of Waters. Get up on the edge of your seats because this is going to be a grandstand finish. Waters, full defence. Van Gisbergen, full attack. Turn 8 on a 12-turn racetrack. And they are now 1 car length apart. Waters has still got margin in hand. He hits his targets. The next vulnerable spot is under brakes down here in the left-hander at turn 10. Has he done enough? Van Gisbergen was supremely quick in the last several laps into turn 11. Everybody cheering. Nobody can afford to blink. Sam Potter fidgeting inside the garage. Down at turn 11, 2 corners to go. Waters has got a bit of a margin, more than he had yesterday. Final corner of this race, and he runs it out of road on the edge, and Cam Waters has resisted all the pressure for a brilliant win at Winton.
What a great job, and have a look at the Ford fan reaction from the hill. What a great day for this team and for that young man from Mildura.
Well, some excellent racing this afternoon, thoroughly enjoyable, and in the end, Cam Waters gets the job done over Shane Van Gisbergen, 0.4 of a second, crazy margin, excellent motor race. Andre Heimgartner, so good to see him up on the podium. David Reynolds continues the form. Will Brown, Lee Holdsworth, Brock Feeney, nice work. Anton Di Pasquale, Mark Winterbottom and Will Davison into the 10. Chaz Mostert, what a great battle he had with Will Davison. Stayed there in 11th. Thomas Randall, Brody Kostecki, that's the penalty kicking in there, taking him back to 13th. Pye, Percat, Jacobson, LeBrock, Hazelwood, Jones, and then further down we had Slade, Ajada, Pither, Fullwood, Boys, Kostecki, Smith and Courtney had strife, obviously, with all the damage that was on the car. Points-wise, this is what's happened. 281-point margin now between Van Gisbergen and Anton Di Pasquale. Up 1 spot comes Cam Waters into 3rd. Down a spot, Will Davison to 4th. And up 1 spot, just have to take a breath, is David Reynolds into 5th position. Mostert also dropped a spot out of the top 5 in the process. Teams-wise, and this is always very important because it determines position in the pit lane, and the Red Bull Ampol Racing team have got that tiny margin, 150-odd points over the Shell V-Power Racing team. And Tickford obviously earning some hefty points this weekend, so that has well and truly helped their cause.